Hey everyone, it's Ben Hardy here, and in today's video, comparing the Chevy Blazer to the Jeep Grand Cherokee to see which American SUV is best. Before we get in this video, I want to give a huge shout out and thank you to the Larch Miller Jeep here in Provo and the Chevy here in Provo for giving me some time with both of these SUVs. I'll include a link to both their inventories in the description down below so you can check what they have currently. I'll also include a link to my car buying guide. Let's get right into it. Under the hood, we have a turbocharged 2-liter 4-cylinder that goes through a 9-speed automatic transmission. Fuel economy is 22 around town and then 27 on the highway, with power outputs being 228 horsepower and then 258 pound-feet of torque. Now, powering the Grand Cherokee is a 3.6-liter V6 that goes through an 8-speed. Fuel economy with this is about 19 around town, 26 on the highway, and then power outputs are about 290 horsepower and then 260 pound-feet of torque. Before I move forward with this comparison, I do want to mention, if you're going to see more videos just like this, then I recommend you subscribe because I post content every single day. So starting with the Blazer, really sharp, sporty design. I mean, look at how thin those top lights are, for example. You can see obviously the red accent piece as well. So I'm definitely going for like sport SUV with the Blazer. Whereas the Grand Cherokee is a lot boxier, a lot more squared off. They're going for that kind of like off-roader appearance. Again, look at the kind of like rectangular shape for the headlights, for example, the very vertical grille there with all these slats in it. But yeah, there's the front ends. Now with the Blazer, entire wheel setup is 235, 55, 20. The Grand Cherokee is 265, 60, 18. So interesting the sizing difference between them. But anyways, with the Blazer, you can see again with that little red accent piece there on the wheels all blacked out. And look at the fender flares here, Blazer logo. Instead of the red there on the mirror cap, really doubling down on that sportiness. The Grand Cherokee also has blacked out wheels with this particular packaging, and then they black out stuff like the mirror caps and then the badging here on the side. So here's your side view with the Blazer, and then here's your side view with the Grand Cherokee. Now popping into the back of the Grand Cherokee, tons of storage space here in the rear, and then we've got spare tire underneath as well. But yeah, just a really practical SUV overall. One of the funny, interesting things about it is this is how you close the hatch. There's a button inside rather than like on the top like most. And then popping into the Blazer, it's big. It doesn't look like it's quite as spacious as the Grand Cherokee. And you kind of see that with the exterior dimensions too in terms of the sizing. And the sloped design here at the top kind of gets rid of some of the vertical space. I think that also contributes to that. But anyways, press that and that will lower the hatch right back down. And hopefully you can see this side by side. So look at the Grand Cherokee with that kind of like boxy, tall design versus the Blazer with this kind of like sleeker, sportier design. So yeah, just two completely different design languages. And so although they're, you know, technically in the same size category, the Jeep definitely, I mean, it's a bigger vehicle. Now legroom in the back of the Grand Cherokee, solid. Got a little storage pocket. You can see with the vents there, little charging ports as well. And I love the seats with this package. Really cool with the inserts there. And then again with that box design, helps out with the headroom. And then the door panel's nice. It's got soft touch trim there at the bottom and at the top as well, so it has a more premium feel. Popping into the Blazer, room is good back here. Got the vents, the USB ports. And then we've got these cloth seats with this particular package, very durable feeling. And then you can see some soft touch there at the bottom. And then yeah, the headroom's good, but it feels like it's a little bit less. And we're now on the front of the Jeep. Got this fancy digital gauge cluster. Nice trimmer on the steering wheel. Got like paddle shifters here. Notice we got adaptive cruise control with this as well. You got the controls for the center stack there. And then again, soft touch in the door panel, all that. And notice the front two windows are actually automatic. Blind spot monitoring with the mirrors. And then we just have a regular backup camera in reverse. So nothing too crazy with that. I'll turn this down so it's not so loud. And then we do have our climate controls down below, heated seats, heated steering wheel as well. This little kind of storage area, which is cool, I think. There we go. Got the dial shifter right there. And the front seat's just like the back, kind of like this nice trim all down the center. And then I almost forgot to mention cup holders, and then with the center console here, let me open this up all the way. There you go. Pretty cool. And that's nice with the trim on the dash. And then this has just a regular sunroof up top. And starting up the Blazer, much more analog gauge cluster, but hey, that's one less thing to break, right? Got practical controls here on the front, just like the Jeep. Nice trim on the steering wheel as well. Very interesting. And then the door panel's got soft touch and all of that. Blind spot monitoring with the mirrors. And then just like the Jeep in reverse, just have a regular backup camera. And then, don't know why the music's turning on. There we go. But the infotainment system's pretty easy to use. These Chevys, very interesting with all the tabs you got to go through. We've got climate controls down below. This is cool with the vents, how you change the temperature with turning the vent. It's kind of a fun feature. Heated seats with this. And then we got like a wireless phone charging pad there. You can see with the shifter. Now the Jeep was, 4x4 all the time. This lets you put it into all-wheel drive, so you can have it in two-wheel drive like it is now. Got some cup holders. Pretty good center console with this. And yeah, cloth seats up front. And then you can see with the trim on the dash. Soft touch, all of that, pretty nice. No sunroof in this. So when it comes to pricing, that Jeep stickers for about $47,000, and then the Chevy stickers for about $44,000. Let's drive them. Well, let's talk about visibility before we set off. Here's visibility of the hood. Both the mirrors. Do have blind spot monitoring. With the rest of the rear. And set off in the Grand Cherokee first, Blazer second. So I know a lot of people are going to be harping and saying that I should have gotten a V6 Blazer, and you are correct in saying that doesn't exist. The only Blazers that were available for this comparison, 2.0 turbos, so got to make do with what we have. And there's $3,000 price difference, which that's not nothing, or sorry, that's something, but it's also not an insane amount of money in terms of the pricing difference. I think that's close enough that two people, people could be comparing these two to each other. Yeah, not a perfect comparison, but we can at least still compare the platforms and all of that. And we can just say that, hey, Jeep has a stronger entry-level powertrain than Chevy. Right? This is the weakest powertrain you can get in the Grand Cherokee, is a V6 naturally aspirated. I really like the new Grand Cherokee, by the way. It's a nice car. It's gone more luxe, and I don't think it's a bad thing. Like, you have this pretty premium feel, like well-built interior, very tight fit and finish. Ride quality's smooth. It drives well. It drives well. Man, we got lucky. It's not fast, but this 8-speed automatic with a V6, it's a solid combo. Performs well. So Grand Cherokee is a nice car. I think this new Grand Cherokee is kind of underrated. If you look at what you can get these for after discounts and everything, pretty darn good value. Pretty darn good value. I think like one of these, don't quote me on this, but I think it's like $42 after discounts. So it's like you're getting heated seats, this nice interior, sunroof, big car for about 42 grand. It's not bad. It's not dirt cheap, but it ain't bad. So let's go drive that Blazer. Well, let's talk about visibility here on the Blazer. Over the hood, both the mirrors. And the rest of the rear. That's the thing I hate about Chevys. No matter how many times you turn off the volume, as soon as you start it back up again, blast in the radio. Actually setting off in the Blazer. Seats are pretty comfortable. Smooth drive. I like the suspension. It's almost as comfortable as the Grand Cherokee. The Grand Cherokee might be a little bit better, but that could just be tires. 2 turbo ain't bad. I do prefer the V6 in this more than the 2 turbo, but it's a solid engine. Smooth ride overall. Let's see how the acceleration's like. Not bad. Not bad. Torque steers a little bit in 2-wheel drive. Not bad at all. So to sum things up with this comparison, Blazer versus Grand Cherokee. Blazer does drive a little bit sportier. I kind of lean towards the Grand Cherokee a little bit. They're both nice SUVs, but just what Jeep offers you feature-wise for the money, and then the discounts you get with those Jeeps, because there's so many of them now, it makes it very appealing. Because I mean, yeah, you get a little bit more for the money right now with the Jeeps, and I kind of like the bigger interior space feel with that too. I think that the sporty design of this is cool, but I think I'd rather have a boxy design and just more interior space. That's just my personal preference. So let me know what your thoughts are. Let me know if you would go Grand Cherokee or Blazer.